Welcome back, folks, to bout number 2 of the evening. 5 by 2 minute round, 71 kilogram weight division. A1 rules, no knees. Our referee in charge for this bout is Mr. Bryce Birtwhistle. Firstly, to my left in the blue corner, trained by John Sheeter from Team Ultimate. Last night at the weigh-in, he weighed in at 71 kilos on the dot. He is the current East Coast champion, formerly from Italy and now residing in Melbourne. Wearing all black shorts, 17 fights, 12 wins, 4 by way of knockout. Please welcome the Roman gladiator, Christian Stack. And to my right in the red corner, trained by Team Solak. Last night he weighed in at 69.9 kilograms. Tonight he's wearing silver shorts with black trim. He has a fight record of 13 fights, 9 wins, 2 draws and 2 by way of knockout. Formerly from Cyprus, now residing in Melbourne. Please welcome the next big thing, Murat Mehmet.
And third man in centering. Let's listen in. Final instructions from Bryce Birtwhistle.
Gentlemen, I've spoken to you both. You're both aware of the rules. You have no questions. Right, listen to my commands at all times and protect yourselves at all times. You understand? Good luck to you.
It is No Respect 3. Solak Promotions out of the Vodafone Arena. The voice, Michael Chavello. Mark the Hammer Castanini. And again, we're joined by Stan the Man Longanides. Here we go, round 1. Look out for the big hands, the meat hooks on Murat Mehmet in the silver, and the slinging rear leg of the all-black trunks of Christian Stacky Stack. Jab outside thigh kick from Stack. Already Murat in centering, Stack working the perimeters, sticks out the front kick off the lead leg. Goes for the inside thigh kick, didn't find the target. Murat's got to contend with those long limbs here tonight, Stan, of Christian Stack. You got to turn your microphone on, Stan. That's the way.
That's the way, fellas. Come on. I've been talking for the last 10 minutes to myself. It's going to be interesting to see how he tackles that, because you're right. There are definitely some advantages there. The long reach.
Ooh, straight right hand from Stacky. And already Murat Mehmet trying to unload that right hand of his. High left round kick from Mehmet.
Well, Stacky's not going to want to be on the ropes, Michael, because Mehmet's going to bully him onto the ropes and then unload with those big hands, my prediction.
Well,
Stacky wants to use his reach, height and reach advantage. It's called an advantage because you've got to use it.
Ooh, big left hand there. Lead hand from Murat Mehmet. And that's why they call him the Rocky Marciano of kickboxing, a big body banger, even though Rocky Marciano was a southpaw and Mehmet's an orthodox fighter. But he's got an enormous heart and enormous power.
I like what I see so far, though. He's very composed, you know, and when he does execute something, he does it with conviction. It's not like halfway, you know what I'm saying?
He backs himself, Stan. He certainly does, yeah.
Look at him. He's but when he does something, he does it with, you know, precision.
Murat won't give up centering at the Mobo. On top of that Crazy John's logo. Switching up here, Stacky. High left round kick, then took one to the lower rib.
Oh!
Great right hand from Mehmet. Murat Mehmet launching the big kibosh here early in the first round. And again, an overhand right to end the round.
I'll tell you what, got caught.
Round stealer, Hammer.
He certainly got caught flush twice. Christian Stack, unfortunate for him, right on a knocker. And this is what happened in the first. You see Stacky trying for the big left hook, leg kick combination. But Mehmet, very composed, calm and cool, answered. Great counter fighting from both boys. There's a big right that caught Stacky, and he gave himself a bit of time, shook it off, but Mehmet right on the knocker caught him again, and that was where the bell went there.
Okay, second round of 5. First round being stolen in the final 15 seconds by Murat Mehmet. But Stacky, as I said earlier on, he's all heart and a hard head. He's going to be a hard man to stop here tonight. Second round of 5. This fight brought to you by Ahan Caesar and New Door. Jab from Stack, and again, Mehmet adopting the position he had in the opening round, switching to southpaw here momentarily for the spinning heel kick, but trying to keep control of centre ring while forcing Stacky to the outside of the ring. Wild left hook there from Stack. Just drifts off to his left. Jab, outside thigh kick. He's got to get more of those combinations happening here, Stack.
Well, Stack needs to be throwing his punches in bunches. and working his combinations, hands and then chopping down low. High-low tactics would be a good idea from Christian Stack, Michael.
Can Mehmet set himself for that sub-thumping right hand again? This is not where Stack wants to be, against the ropes in one of the corners, and he edges his way towards centre ring, just weaves under the right hand. Nicely done from Stacky, but he's got to bring the legs in underneath, Stan.
See, this is the thing. I mean, Stack's trying to throw a lot, trying to stay busy, but what I like about Murat is that when he does something, he's effective. He's not as often throwing things, but you can see he's composed, and when he executes, for me, you know, he executes with, like I said, you know, he's scoring effective punches, and like in that last round, he stole the round with those two good last shots.
A very clever fight here from Murat. Oh, overhand right, almost took out the ceiling lights here at the Vodafone Arena. Step up front kick off the lead leg from Murat. Thought about the balk right hand. Takes the outside thigh kick to give the straight right up the centre corridor. High left round kick, and he is swinging. Here on the second round is Murat Mehmet. Not connecting, but certainly he's got a lot of power in that right hand hammer.
Well, certainly has. And the judges for this one, Mark Corrie, Dave Hedgecock again, and Malcolm Bullner. Now, Dave and Malcolm are going to like to see the big bomb in hands. Of course, Malcolm Bullner is a great boxing referee, judge. So they're going to be looking at those hand combinations very carefully.
There is again, and Stan, it's like he's got an inner sense to time those right hands right on the bell, isn't it?
He does. But that's the good thing. I mean, that's a good sign. When you see a fighter starts well, throughout the fight, he's staying exceptionally busy, but then he finishes the round off strong. It's always a telling thing for the judges to see.
I'd go 2 rounds for Murat, Hammer.
Of course, great expert advice from Jamal Hassan, telling Mehmet to get in and work the hands, because that kicking range that is certainly going to sway Christian Stack's way. He's got good legs on him, Stacky. He's not using them enough tonight. But Murat Mehmet is the boxer of the two, and will certainly have some power-packed hand work happening in the third. You can bank on that.
Final instructions from Blitz Hall of Famer Jamal Hassan in the red corner of Murat Mehmet, who we've got unofficially ahead 2 rounds to 0. So Stacky really needs to get working here in the third of 5. Modified A1 rules, no knees permitted, so we're seeing an outright kickboxing contest here in centre ring, and it's more the hands of Mehmet versus the lacking kick so far of Christian Stack.
Especially the push kick. I mean, when Mehmet comes in to pressure him with the hands, Stacky should be using the push kick. At the moment, he's trying to trade with Mehmet, and Mehmet's getting the better of the exchanges, Stan.
That's a fair analysis for me, Mark. I mean, you're saying it just the way it is, the way we see it at the moment.
Outside thigh kick from Mehmet, again controlling centre ring. Stacky hasn't been in centre ring for 2 rounds so far. Just parries the round kick there from Murat Mehmet. Surprisingly, the Christian Stack hasn't slung a lot more off that lethal rear leg he does have, especially to the head, when Murat tends to drop his left hand when he comes through with the right.
He's looking a little gassed, Stacky, in this round. He hasn't started with his usual vigour. Usually he starts with a lot more aggression, but he's actually maybe a little bit overawed by the occasion. He needs to take it right up to...
I tell you what, fellas, look, you know, we're looking at him here now from the profile that we see. And if I was in his corner, I'd be saying, why aren't you throwing that left jab? Execute that jab. Look how close he gets into firing range, and he's not executing anything at this point. That's what I don't like to see in fighters. I mean, when you're in that firing zone, you know, you can't just not throw anything or keep yourself busy with something. Look at that angle right there. Why not throw a jab before he does anything? Work off the jab. Finish off with the jab.
Against such a heavy boxer as Murat Mehmet, Stacky's holding his hands dangerously low. Have a look how low they are on his chest.
But look at that. Stacky's throwing a lazy low kick, and he's not really earning to land it because he's not executing any punches beforehand.
And this is a slower round for Murat, but as Stan said, there's just no work rate from Christian Stack to really score here. And again, Mehmet edging forward. Will he throw that overhand right? There it is. End of the round, and he tries to time it again.
However, I'd say that round maybe a little bit more Stacky's favour. He was slightly busier than Murat. Murat didn't really unleash. I think he was waiting and waiting.
I think that was a rest round for Murat.
Having a look at what went down in that round, Stacky just working on the outside. Mehmet didn't really get those big bombs happening as we thought they would. But it was really a pegging shot-for-shot round. Mehmet launching some big attacks. He may have hurt himself the way he buckled slightly there on his lead leg. But Stacky working on the outside, maybe just a little ahead on the scorecards for that round. The Chevello's doing the tourist thing, taking photos ringside.
I can't help it, Hammer. My adoring public demand me. Here we go. And we've got this one going the way of Murat Mehmet. At the moment, the last round possibly to Stacky, but only because Mehmet went to sleep. And Stacky's got a lot of ground to make up here. Short tagging left hook from Murat Mehmet. Just slips out of the way of Stacky's right hand. And I'm really impressed with Murat's control and his technique in this fight. He hasn't rushed anything. He's been very calculating, a very cerebral fight here for Murat Mehmet tonight.
Well, the difference is, Michael, that Mehmet's fought on these big shows before. Christian Stack, although he's been busy,
have a look at that. Stacky calling him on, Hammer, and maybe trying to fire himself up. And finally, Christian Stack throws the high right round kick, and Murat Mehmet gives a little bit of the trash talk back to him.
A little bit of trash talk, and love the trash talk.
And about 5,500 on hand here at Vodafone Arena, loving every moment of it. Overhand right from Stacky, the far lap of the Sunshine Team Ultimate crew. I'll tell you what, Hammer, if he's the far lap, you're going to see the Maccabi Diva of kickboxing in our main event, Montsambides, a little later on. Can't wait for that one. Meanwhile, Stacky's got to hope for a knockdown here in this round.
Of course, big Chris Christopoulos.
He'd be the Empire Rose.
He is all heart, that man.
Murat Mehmet stalking Stacky. You feel as Stack wears a right hand to the jaw stand that he's got to hope for a flash knockdown here.
That's what he's trying to do. He's giving it all he's got. He's going toe to toe, you know. He's hoping to land one, and like you said, a flash knockdown will get him back into the fight, I think.
Stacky just drifting off to his right, now back to his left. Going clockwise, but Murat Mehmet has controlled centre ring for the entire fight.
Well, as the chief of the Ultimate Stable, Johnny Sheeter, said in the corner there, this is Stacky's time to shine.
Nice,
and he's really got to throw caution to the wind, Michael.
There it is, into the fourth. We've got one more to go, and Murat Mehmet in control here.
Well, I think that was a bit more of an even round.
Well, can he do it, Hammer?
Having a look at the big shots, and Murat Mehmet just loads everything 100%. He's a power-packed little fighting machine, is Murat Mehmet.
Here we go, fifth and final round. Both men will touch gloves. And here we go. Stacky's got to hope for a knockdown here. Unofficially, I've given every round to Murat bar one. And that was only when he went to La La Land going to sleep because he took a nap midway through the third. Again, Mehmet in centering on top of that Crazy John's logo. A wild telegraphed right hand there from Christian Stack. Pops out the jab. Rib kick from Murat off the lead leg. Stacky's right hand dangerously low here. Front kick to the face. Jab outside thigh kick. That's what he should have been doing throughout the entire fight, Stan.
Exactly right. Jab first. Jab bang, as the old Dana would tell me once. Jab bang. Always land that jab and finish off with that jab, especially when you got the reach like he has.
Stacky just hasn't been on his game tonight. You can take nothing away from him in the heart stakes.
He's digging in deep now. You can see he's trying.
Mehmet really find that one shot. Ooh. Wild right hand, mouth guard's dislodged. And that was Murat Mehmet's mouth guard. They'll water it down and reinsert it. And Mehmet, as we said, a very controlled fight. Not throwing caution for the wind, and only looking for the shot when he sees the opening. Edges forward again, Mehmet. Inside thigh kick from Murat. A wild left hand, almost reminiscent of Gurkhan Ozkan, that technique. Edges forward again, Mehmet. He's got Stacky in the corner, wants to fire out the right hand, but didn't see the opening. Double forearm guard against the round kick from Stacky. Gets tagged on the jaw with a left hook. Here comes Murat Mehmet, the body shot. Stacky in trouble as his legs swept out on the far side of the ring. This crowd willing Murat Mehmet on to take the decision here. Pokes out the right hand, inside thigh kick. Christian Stack taking more shots than a man with typhoid here in the final round.
Nice jab, there you go. Nice hook, comes back down his own.
And right in front of our commentary spot, they tie up. And it's been a cracker of a fifth and final round. Great effort from both men, but for my liking, Stan, Murat Mehmet's going to get the nod here.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on this one. I mean, I think his work rate throughout the whole fight was supreme. Full credit, though, to Christian. I think, you know, in that last round, he dug in deep. He tried to do whatever he could because, you know, Murat was looking for that knockout. But I think a good fight from both guys.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, unanimous, red corner, the next big thing, Murat
Wow, never any doubt about it. And in one of his best showings we've seen in recent times, Murat Mehmet steps back into the winner's circle with a UD over Christian Stacky Stack. Next up, folks, don't miss it, Ronnie Najjar, Erkan Yildiz from No Respect.